My name is Lieutenant Colonel Kim Ponders, and I'm serving duty with the Air Force while I'm down in Washington, D.C. for the next couple of months. I'm standing right now in the Lincoln Memorial, and as you can see behind me, there's a statue of President Lincoln. He doesn't look very happy. In fact, he looks sort of brooding and deep in thought. And the reason is that he was president during one of the most tumultuous times in American history. Our country was literally being torn apart by war. There are two inscriptions in the Lincoln Memorial. The one to my right is an excerpt from the Gettysburg Address, which Lincoln delivered on a Civil War battlefield in 1863 while the war was still happening. It begins 7 years ago, our forefathers brought forth on this continent a new nation. And it goes on to argue that we cannot let the war tear this new country apart and rip apart our democratic foundations. On the second wall, there's a piece of the second inaugural address, which Lincoln delivered right at the end of the Civil War. The war was just about to end, and slavery was just about to be abolished. But the address is not a happy and celebratory one. It's rather sad and intense. And the reason is that he's talking about all of the pain and anguish that our country had to go through. The Civil War lasted 4 years, and it took 700,000 American lives. So this monument, as you can see, is a very popular place to go. There are always people here day and night, and I highly recommend that you come to the Lincoln Memorial if you're ever in Washington, D.C. Now I want to take you to another monument. Now I'm standing at the Korean War Memorial. Behind me are 19 statues, and if you can see the reflection in the wall to my left, it looks like there are 38 soldiers walking patrol. And there's a really eerie, sort of visceral feeling to this monument. The 38 soldiers represent the 38th parallel, which is the line of demarcation between North and South Korea. We never actually won that war. Nobody did. In fact, the United States is still in what's called a state of armistice with North Korea, even to this day. Now I want to take you to see one final memorial. So now we're standing at the Vietnam War Memorial. And to me, this is the most powerful memorial of them all. There are two giant basalt walls, and they seem to lift out of the ground. They get to be about 10 feet right there at the center. And they list the names of 58,000 men and women who were either killed or missing in action during Vietnam. One of the walls points toward the Lincoln Memorial, and the other one points off toward the Washington Monument. So you can see a lot of people come here to visit this wall because it feels very intimate, and I think it's the simplicity of this monument that makes it so powerful. Or as Lincoln said in the Gettysburg Address, "The brave men, living and dead, who struggled here, have consecrated it far above our poor power to add or detract." So thank you so much for spending this time with me, and thank you for all you do to support the men and women who help this country and defend it in peacetime and war. And thank you to all you teachers, and goodbye, Seth. Bye, Jacob. Bye, everybody.